afternoon, good evening, depending on the time you're watching this video. My name is Jose Felix. How are you today? Hope everyone's okay. Today I'll be covering an interesting and important topic lesson for you guys that will help you a lot how to write a text about your daily routines. So, first and foremost, I will present a video that you're going to watch and analyze what is topic about and what we'll be talking about. So, let's get started.
Paul, you're late again.
Sorry, I never get up before 8:45.
8:45? That's late.
What time do you get up?
5 a.m.
5 a.m.? That's early. What do you do in the morning?
Well, after I get up, I usually make breakfast, take out the garbage, do the laundry.
The laundry?
Yes. Then I read the newspaper, check my email. Sometimes I take a nap.
You take a nap in the morning.
Just 15 minutes. On Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I exercise, and on the other days, I clean the house. Then I take a shower, get dressed, put on my makeup, and go to work.
Wow. You never sleep late.
On the weekends, I sleep till 6.
That's really... You do laundry in the morning.
And the evening. Why? When do you do the laundry?
Usually in March. And September.
Alright then, if you watch the video and analyze the video after you watch, I'm going to ask you the following questions. What are they? What do they speak of? What's the topic about? Now, if you have your answers ready, I will let you know about what's the topic. The topic we're going to talk about is the present simple. Yes, that's right, the present simple. And also, I will let you know about the goals that we're going to achieve in this lesson. So, we'll be able to make affirmative sentences, negative sentences, and questions. Alright, so let's continue with this lesson. Okay, continue with this lesson. I will let you know about the definition of the present simple. The present simple, we use it when we talk about habits, when we talk about daily routines, or when we talk about any activity that we do every day. Okay? So it's very important to know this, because we're going to learn the 3 forms how to speak in the present simple, and how you're going to write your text in the present simple with your activities. So first and foremost, I will show you the structure of the affirmative sentence. Alright? So, in the structure we have the subject plus the verb plus the complement. Those 3 components are very important in the present simple when we want to make an affirmative sentence. Okay? So, now I will give you some examples here. As we said before, we have subject, verb, and the complement. So I'm going to read these examples, and at home you're going to repeat after me. Okay? So I study English on Mondays. Okay? He plays in a very important league. You run in the park every morning. She reads German books quite often. Jorge works in a factory every day. Stella cleans her room every other day. Pamela and Jose cook at the back of their house. Now, if you realize, we add S at some verbs. Now why? Because we gotta keep in mind that when we work with these three pronouns, he, she, and it, we add the letter S when we talk about in the present simple. Okay? Or an activity they're doing. That's why I add S here, S here, S here, S here. Cleans, reads, plays. He plays. She reads. Stella cleans. Okay? The rest of the verbs are normal. You can write it in the basic way they look. Okay? So, look, in the affirmative sentences, we have three components, very important components. Subject, which is the personal pronouns, I, you, he, and she, as you know, should know, actually. And we have names. It could be names of people, it could be names of animals like dog, a cat, an elephant, whatever it is in the subject. Okay? Now we have the verb, and then we have the complement. Okay? In the complement, you will see the frequency, adverbs of frequency, which is important too, and which is inside of the present simple. Okay? So this is the affirmative sentence, how we're going to make it. Now, we're going to make how to do a negative sentence in the present simple. Okay, continue with this lesson. Now we will see how to make a negative sentences in the present simple. Okay? Now, in this case, we have to know two very important auxiliaries that we're going to work with. For example, we have the auxiliary do, don't, and doesn't. Okay? Don't and doesn't. These auxiliaries are very important to know because each one of them has to work with their own pronoun. Okay, with the respective pronoun. Alright, so let's see some examples. We're going to use the same examples, but now we're going to add we're going to add something else, which are the auxiliaries. Okay, so let's see first the structure of it. We have subject, we have the auxiliaries, don't and doesn't, and we have the verb. Finally, we have the complement. Okay? So, now, let's see here. We're going to read, and I'm only going to repeat after. Okay? So, let's see first this. We said we have the subject. We have here the auxiliaries don't and doesn't. We have verb. And we have the complement. Okay? So now we gotta keep in mind that don't work for they, we, you, and I, and doesn't work for he, she, and it. Okay? So let's read these examples. I don't study English on Mondays. He doesn't play in a very important league. You don't run in the park every morning. She doesn't read German books quite often. Jorge doesn't work in a factory every day. Stella doesn't clean her room every other day. And finally, we have Mary and Jose don't cook at the back of the house. Now, if you realize in the affirmative sentences, we are here. For he, we had to add s. She, we had to add s. Jorge, we had to add s. And Stella here s. But in the negative sentences, we delete this. We eliminate. So, don't worry when you want to write something in the present simple, and if it's something negative in this case, you have to write the verb in the base form. You don't have to add the letter S. The letter S is gone in this case, alright? So, the auxiliaries replaces the letter S, eliminates the form, the group that the verb has to be added with a letter S, okay? So, now keep in mind this, the structure is subject, auxiliaries, don't and doesn't, depending on the pronoun, the verb, the base form, and the complement. Okay? So now we're going to see another way, another form, how to make equations in the present simple. Okay, in the negative sentences, we're going to see how to make. Now, continue. This is the very same way how we're going to work. So let's see the structure in the question. How we're going to make in the question present simple. Okay, so we have the auxiliary do and does. We have the subject. We have the verb, and we have the complement. Okay, so now let's see these examples. We have the auxiliaries plus the subject plus the verb and plus the complement. Okay, so we're using the same examples, don't worry. Okay, we're just making it into the three ways, the three forms in the present simple: affirmative, negative, and questions. Alright, so let's see here. Now here the thing has changed totally. As you realize, in affirmative and negative sentences, the subject was in the first position in the sentence, okay? But now in the question, it's in the second position. Now what is in the first position? In the first position, we have the auxiliaries, do and does. Okay? Now, let's see right here. Do and does. We also have to keep in mind, do works for the pronouns I, you, they, and we. And the auxiliary does works for he, she, and it. Okay? So, now, let's see. We're going to read, okay, these examples, these questions. Do I study English on Mondays? And the question mark. Don't forget that. That is very important. The question mark. Okay? Does he play in a very important league? Do you run in the park every morning? Does she read German books quite often? Does Jorge work in a factory every day? Does Stella clean her room every other day? Do Pamela and Jose cook at the back of their house. So we have also to keep in mind the pronunciation. Okay? We see this is a question, and a question you have to give a specific pronunciation. Do I study English on Mondays? See? The high and lows, it's very important. When you want to ask someone else what are his habits or her habits or the activity they do, we have to know the structure, to know when they do it, if they do it every day or every Monday, every weekend. We have to use these auxiliaries to because depending, as I said before, do works for I, does for she, and do works for they, we, and the rest of the pronouns that you should know already. Okay? So now it's very important. Now we have the three forms that we learned and explained. The three forms, okay, affirmative, negative, and questions. Now I'm gonna make a little a short sentence here, a few sentences, and you have to do it according to the instructions that I'm going to give you. Okay? So we'll see that after this. Okay, now we're in the final part of this lesson. So we're going to make a worksheet all together, and you're at home, you're going to help me too. So we're going to apply everything that we learned, the three forms, affirmative, negative, and question. Now we're doing this because you're going to write a text about your daily routines. Okay? So first we're going to read the instruction. Change the following sentences. Okay, these are the sentences. And questions, because there are some questions too, according to the brackets. Okay? So now, we're going to read. We have 7 exercises. Now, we have Mandy doesn't cook on Fridays. Okay? Mandy doesn't cook on Fridays. This is a negative sentence because doesn't. Mandy doesn't cook on Fridays. Now, we have to change it into affirmative. Okay? This is affirmative, positive, okay? Positive sentence or affirmative sentences. How would it be in the affirmative sentence? So, first we're gonna know the structure, okay? Okay, Mandy. Now it's affirmative. Cooks, because it's a third pronoun. Mandy, it's one person. She cooks. Okay? Cooks. And this is the complement. On Fridays. Done. Good. Mandy cooks on Fridays. Okay? Very good. Now, let's continue with the second one. This is a question. Does the cat play in the house? Does the cat play in the house? Now, we have to change it into negative sentence. How would be the negative sentence? So, first, the structure. Subject, auxiliary to doesn't, verb to complement. So, first, we have to find the subject here. What is the subject? The cat. The cat. The negative for the cat, which is it, the pronoun it. Doesn't. Okay. The verb. This is the verb. Play. No is. And this is the complement. In the house. In the house. Very good. So, the cat doesn't play in the house. Now, the third one. Henry doesn't study music. This is a negative sentence. Now we have to change it into a question. How will it be into a question? So the structure, auxiliary, do or does, subject, verb, and complement. Okay? So here will be does. Why does? Because it says Henry. It's one name. Does Henry. What is the verb? Where is the verb? Here. Study music. And also the question mark. Don't forget that, it's very important. Does Henry study music? Is a question. Okay? Now let's see the four sentences. Does Maria clean her house? Now we have to change it into positive, affirmative. Okay? So it will be name Maria, a verb, clean. In this case, it will be cleans. Okay? Because it's Maria cleans her. Okay? This will be the complement. Okay? Maria cleans her house. That's it. Okay, let's see the 5-1. Say they drive to the market on weekends. It's negative. So negative. They would be here don't or doesn't. Would be don't. They don't drive. They don't drive. And this would be the complement to the market on weekends. Okay? They don't drive to the market on weekends. Okay? So now let's see the 6th sentence. We don't run on Sundays. Change it into a question. Would be do. Okay? Do we run on Sundays? And the question mark. Do we run on Sundays? Now 7. Does Guillermo work at home? This is a question. And now we have to change it into negative sentence. It would be Guillermo doesn't work at home. Okay? Negative. Guillermo doesn't work at home. Okay? So, now if you did it wrong, you can correct. If you did it good, I congratulate you. That's very good. You pay attention what I explained. And now, this is the final part, okay? This is the worksheet, and of course, I'm going to ask you some other questions in this final part, which is very important because every class you have to know what is important for you, and I'm going to ask you these questions, okay? So, what did I learn today? How did I learn it? Is it important for me? Okay, so those 3 questions are the metacognition questions that you have to reflect and think why you did this. Okay, now as a homework, or if you want to do it, it's very important that you do it because that will help you a lot how to express your feelings and write what you do every day. Okay, with a friend, and if you want to ask someone else what they do in their daily lives. So, you're going to write a text. I'm going to show you a text. Right here, the text, as you can see, you're going to write a short text about you, or about someone else, a friend, a family, or anyone you know. Okay, someone you get to know, you get familiar with him or her. Okay, your father and your mother, what they do every day or what you do every day. Okay, so you're going to write, and you're going to, after that, you're going to read it if you want, but the competition in this case is going to be the writing. Okay, so after this this lesson, I hope you enjoyed a lot, and I'm really happy to do this video, and I'm hoping to do more videos for you guys so you can learn and practice. And yes, I hope you had fun, because I had fun. Okay, see you guys next week or the other day, maybe, I don't know. So have a good weekend. I love you so much. Bye.